What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz the Adult. All right, man, look. I had a conversation about the evolution of boxing, and it encouraged me to do this video, and I want to know what you guys think. I personally think, it's my personal opinion, that boxing has gotten worse and not better. And my argument for this isn't to try to convince people that Sugar Ray Robinson would walk through the welterweight division today, or try to convince people that Henry Armstrong would do the same, that Joe Louis would be the champion unifying, that Jersey Joe Walcott would do the same. Instead of trying to convince people of that, I'm going to come from this direction. When you look at James Toney and how he dominated, how he was able to move up to the heavyweight division and not have one uncomfortable round in the ring in the heavyweight division. In the heavyweight division, this is a small man with small feet, small hands, just a little guy who hated to train, so he just wanted to be a butterball, and he was in the ring just making it look easy. When you look at that guy and what he was doing, making him one of the greatest boxers of all time, all he was doing was applying the sweet science that was the culture back then. That was a dime a dozen back then. Like I said, Jersey Joe Walcott, Archie Moore, Barney Ross, Joe Louis, Ezra Charles, moving your head a half an inch here, moving your head a half an inch there. If you look at Tyson Fury, really look at Tyson Fury. Even in the Deontay Wilder fight, he was only uncomfortable when he got dropped. It was only 2 significant punches that made him look uncomfortable. Outside of that, he was controlling the entire fight. If you look at him against Klitschko, if you look at him for his entire career, Tyson Fury never really looked uncomfortable in the ring. And what was he doing? Really, what was he doing? Moving his head a half inch here, throwing some feints, making sure that you're in the range that he wants you to be in, shooting a jab, blinding you with the jab, and then being somewhere else when you put your guard down. Look at Lomachenko and what he's doing, punching around the guard. All those slight things. Bernard Hopkins grabbing you with one hand and then hitting you on the opposite side of the ref, on your hips, on your elbows, doing little maneuvers that people thought was cheating. If you look at Mike Tyson and how Mike Tyson dominated, how he was hopping to one side of his opponent, hopping to the other side, creating space for the uppercut, how he was brawling in the inside, his head movement, what he was doing. You think Customato was applying some evolutionary tactics? Customato was just applying the culture that he knew. The art of boxing has been lost. If you want to know if boxing has gotten better or worse, just look at guys who's doing nothing but applying the culture of old to today's boxing, and look how easy they're making it look. Floyd Mayweather was doing the same thing. Roger Mayweather wasn't teaching this guy some new evolved way. He was teaching him the old way. And when you listen to Roger Mayweather talk, if you listen to Customato, Mike Tyson talk, if you listen to these guys talk, these guys are talking about the sweet science, the culture, the silver golden age of boxing. They're talking about that. Boxing has gotten worse and not better. A lot of people are missing the art. If you look at Errol Spence and what Errol Spence is doing. Look at what Errol Spence is doing and why he is so productive. That guy is throwing combination body shots. Errol Spence is not playing boxing. He's fighting. When you look at the sweet science and what was going on back then, if you knocked a guy down, that was just a 10-9 round. That wasn't a 10-8, 10-7. So what was in their heads? They were given the incentive to try to beat a guy up, not just score some points. So that's how Errol Spence approached the ring. He's ripping you with devastating shots to the body. He's going to let the judges do what they do, but he's not leaving it up to the judges. He is finding a way to break you down and beat you up. That's what Sugar Ray Robinson was doing. That's what Marvelous Marvin Hagler was doing. That's what Jake LaMotta was doing. That's what Rocky Marciano was doing. Hitting you on the elbows, hitting you on the hips, hitting you on the stomach, ripping some shots to the head, just breaking you down. When you look at Errol Spence and you say, that guy, he's not really showing any craftsmanship. He's not really showing any. Dude, he is doing the right thing. The way he positioned himself. He is fighting in a way to break you down and beat you up. That's the sweet science. Nobody played boxing back then. That's the sweet science. How to beat a guy up. How to take him out. Not just score points and move around the ring and try to leave it up to the judges later. Let me tell you something. The way Tony Harrison beat Charlo would not work back in the day. That would not work back in the day. Tony Harrison would have been in a fight. The thing about Charlo was, Charlo, he wanted to fight, but he didn't know exactly how to do it. He was punching from too far out, which leaving his face up to get countered, leaving his face to get pop shot. The art of how to work your way in like a Henry Armstrong, how to be in the right position to get full leverage on your shots like Errol Spence, that stuff is lost. That stuff is lost. So when people say the Klitschko's were too big for Muhammad Ali, for Joe Louis, for Rocky Marciano, I think Klitschko wouldn't even been a contender back then. So let me know what you think. Please comment below. Do you think boxing has gotten worse or do you think it's gotten better? And let me hear your argument. But until then, showbiz the dope. I'm out. Huh.